Yo, yo, yo.
What's happening? What's happening?
Hey, what's up, y'all?
What's going on?
We are back, episode 6.
This is episode 7. What you talking about?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
Another one.
And another one. Well, this your girl Jasmine.
And your boy Matt.
And we are the
Millennial Tempo.
So, we are definitely late this week.
Hey, don't worry about it. Let's get it in.
Yeah, we are definitely late. It's life.
It's real. You know what I
Life.
mean? We've been super busy, like everybody else, whatever. But we going to make the time for it, though. Here we are.
I'm struggling right now because I'm tired. And
struggle bus.
I just...
She
I
on
don't
the struggle
recall
bus.
being this... I know it's just the weight gain and just the lack of activity throughout my day, which is why I'm always so tired.
Yeah.
Because I can't even be blaming it on the baby no more because he sleeps through the night. I get between 7 and 8 hours most nights because he sleeps pretty good at night.
Yeah. You still take a vitamin every day?
Sometimes. Like I take prenatals and stuff sometimes, but they're like them big horse pills, and if I don't have no water, I'm not going to take it. So if I don't have water upstairs, I don't take them.
Yeah, you got to maybe look at taking some vitamins or something like that on a more consistent basis. Some with a lot of B12 in it. It'll give you some energy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's get a little bit more active too.
That's the thing. It's not, I don't think no vitamins can help.
Hey, but for real though, you always been a sleepyhead. Ain't no, don't flex. You always
but
been a
I've
sleepyhead
had
though.
energy. Like I've always been a sleepyhead. 8 o'clock,
Facts.
between 8 and 9:30.
Out of there.
I like to be asleep.
Day one.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of there for real.
I prefer to be asleep. However, most times I still be
sleepy.
done. Well, I ain't got nothing to do with you.
Yeah, you got me like that now. I be in the bed. It's night time.
You wake. You have to. You this morning. It was 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. You were up, getting ready to walk out the door.
Oh, facts.
So why would you be
I woke up at 2:30 this morning.
That's dumb.
Gotta do what I gotta do.
What did you? Woke up at 2:30 to go do what?
I had to look for something first for somebody. So I had to go through all my military bags down here to try to find something for one of my coworkers, which was an unsuccessful attempt. I didn't even find what I was looking for. And then I went to work early. I had some stuff I had to do. So I went and knocked that out real quick before PT. PT started at 5:15. So I got there like 3:50.
That's dumb.
Did my little work real quick. Got knocked that out the way. Unbothered, nobody around. And then went on a 4-mile run. And
then still didn't get home until after 6:30.
Facts. Yup. And here it is, 8:45. I'm ready.
Well, yeah. I guess it's lack of activity. Because I'm ready to go to bed.
It's possible. I mean, you're tired. You feel me?
I am.
Yeah. And I ain't got to go to work tomorrow either, so I'm Gucci.
Yeah, I got one more day, but I'm off Friday. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's your birthday this week.
It is. I'm getting old.
Yes, y'all. His birthday is on Friday, September 6th.
Virgo season.
Yes, it's his birthday.
Yeah.
So on Friday, we're going to do like a little kickback at the house. We invited a few people over, mainly family.
Pretty much.
Yeah, mainly family. Couple friends.
To be real, I don't know who we invited over because I ain't really.
Oh, yeah, I did the invites.
Yeah, she did the invites, and I ain't have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
At all.
He don't know who all coming.
Who coming? I got a good idea because I know who we kick it with, but,
yeah,
I don't know the extent of who all coming over for real. So, you know what? I know I'm getting older because I had no idea what I wanted for my birthday or what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that
he normally one of them people that to me I always have associated with like mostly what kids did. Like this man easily would have a long list of stuff that he wants.
Yeah.
And this year was the first year that he was just like, I don't know. I'm like, well, you ain't gave me nothing.
Yeah, it's stuff that I want though, but I'm at the point where it's like I don't want to ask you for it for my birthday. You know what I mean? Like, it's just too big of things. You know what I mean? Where I could just like save up and just buy it myself because it's too expensive. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't tripping. So I wouldn't even ask you to buy me what it is that the only item I really kind of want, and I really don't even want that bad, but I definitely need it though for organizational purposes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it. I don't know. Guess it just comes with getting old. You know,
I guess so.
Getting older. How about that? I ain't getting old, but I'm just getting older, growing every
Because
year.
I normally at least know of something, like a thing that I want. And I'm usually very basic. I don't normally usually have a list.
Yeah.
I normally have a thing that I want, and you typically deliver, or either my mama get it or something.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I couldn't think of nothing, to be honest. Like, nothing that I would want you to buy me. I couldn't think of it. And I also couldn't think of how I wanted to celebrate. Like, I definitely didn't want to go to the club. That's old news.
I hate the club.
I like the club, but it's old news, though. Like, I don't have to go to the club to celebrate my birthday. I want to do something else. I can go to the club anytime. Like, I don't have to spend my birthday night in the club. Like, that ain't the vibe for me right now. You know what I mean? Now, next year might be different, but this year, that's just not the vibe that I really want for my birthday this year. So.
Yeah, when I tell you I was praying, this is probably selfish as hell, but I was so adamant about a kickback to where I was just like, you want me to send out the invites? Because I did not want to go to the club. Because I didn't want to go to the club. Like, I'm like, I don't. First off, with this extra weight on me, wearing heels, like, my feet hurt as soon as I put my feet in them.
Yeah.
Like, I'm all this weight up on some heels just ain't right now.
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable in a lot of outfits that I have to wear in the club. Now, a day party, I'm with you. Like, if we could have not had the kids tomorrow and been able to hit up a day party, I'd have been with it. I could wear something cute, some flats, no heels, some cute tennis shoes
on
or
Friday,
whatever.
We ain't gonna have the kids. So that's still a possibility. You know what I'm saying?
We don't have we got to be to the daycare by 6:30. To pick them up, so we are gonna have the kids. Ain't no day party gonna be over by 5:00.
Shit, we ain't gotta stay there till it's over.
They don't start until that time. You can't even sell alcohol in DC until after 5:00.
Oh, DC booty.
I think that's a lot of
DC booty.
I think that's the law as far as, but where's ain't no clubs in North Carolina in the daytime.
But I done been to a restaurant and bought a glass of liquor.
I'm talking about in a club. In a club setting.
Oh, okay.
It has to be like after 4:30 or 5:00 before they could start selling alcohol.
Yeah.
In like club settings.
I know. I went to brunch, Half Note in Maryland, kind of like I don't know if it's in Brandywine. Don't get me the line, but with the brunch and all they had was mimosas, and they had like their bar was closed. It's like, yo, your bar open? It was like, nah. They had cups over the bottle, so it's something with that for sure.
Yeah, I'm telling you what I know.
Yeah, but I mean, even if we did go to the club, though, I'm baby bougie, so definitely for my birthday I would have got a section for sure. So that
I wouldn't have went unless we had a section.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been no problem for sure. Like
I'd have been like, don't even trip. I'm gonna keep these kids, and you go on about your way.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie and say I won't go to the club without having a section, but. And I've learned that having sex is just a better option now, especially if you go with a group of people, because you're going to spend that at the bar anyway, between, 3 or 4 dudes or, a mixture of whoever you with. If you got 4 people with you, y'all might as well go and bust it down and get that section for real. It's worth it. I mean, because you got to think about it. Like,
it
you
really ain't worth it.
Nah, guys.
Sections in the club, none of that shit's worth it. Honestly.
Nah, it is, though, because look, though, you can run, especially here in D.C., man, with drinks, $15 a drink. Like, for Hennessy, 15 or 18, depending on where you at. So, you know what I'm saying? You can easily run up a ticket for $80 by yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, if you know that you drank, and everybody you with drank, and all y'all gonna spend $80 at the bar, and it's 4 of y'all, go ahead and put that extra dub to that, spend that $400 and get that bottle and get that section. It's just better. You know what I mean? You got somewhere to sit down, you got your drinks, you got your mixers, you can drink as much as you want.
Yeah.
Go and club as you please. Man, that's the best route. So if y'all out there and y'all ain't getting sections and y'all going out and spending, just pay attention. If you go in and you spend $80 every time you go out at the bar between you and your guys or you and your girls, then you need to just go ahead and start getting them sections for real.
I think the majority of my people who I follow on social media, they in sections.
Yeah. I mean, I ain't saying, like I said, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what people doing, but I'm just putting that out there for anybody who ain't.
Who I follow, when I be looking at they snaps and Instagram, Snapchat,
Yeah,
they be in sections.
yeah.
Like,
Everybody ain't on that though, because when I go to the club, it's still more people in general pop than it is in the section. So
that's true.
Everybody ain't on there. So if you under the sound of my voice, you get them sections, man.
Yeah. All right. You trying to get this popping? You want to get it cracking? Or you got something else you want to talk about?
Nah, I ain't got nothing else not to add on with that.
Okay. Yeah. So, I've been thinking about what's next, and I think that we should get back into the Andrews timeline.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah,
let's
so I want to kind of fast forward. I remember the last time that we left off talking about you coming back from deployment.
Right.
I want to fast forward from, you got back in June 2013.
Right.
And we got married October 2013.
Yeah.
Soon as we got married, we got married October 2013.
Yeah.
And January 2014, we moved to Virginia.
Right.
So I want to kind of pick up there. I want to fast forward and kind of discuss our first year of marriage.
Okay.
Our first year of marriage was, it was
cool.
It was okay.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was okay.
Yeah, looking back at it, I mean, it was cool though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it had its rough patches for sure.
We had a lot of rough, petty. I ain't gonna even say petty because it was pretty rough. I was just so we moved to Virginia.
Yeah.
Let's just
757.
Yeah, and see, I'm gonna have to bring up everything, which for me can kind of get uncomfortable because I'm the one because he gonna act like he don't remember nothing.
Ain't no act, man. I got a bad memory though, for real. Like I be noticing, like, man, like my memory is really vague on some things. Some things I can remember. Some things is like somebody got to spark my memory. Like, yo, you remember this time? And I'm like, oh yeah. And then I can elaborate. But if you just ask me some vague question like, yo, you remember back in 2010 we went to such and such? Huh? Elaborate a little bit more for me. And then I pick up. So, you know.
Okay, yeah. Anyways, he's going to act like he doesn't remember a lot of things. And for me, it kind of would make the story a little more interesting. Us kind of to be able to elaborate more on our first year by you bringing up things that was good and things that was bad, and I bring up things that was good, things that was bad, but he ain't gonna remember nothing enough to bring up nothing.
Right.
So I guess this is all on me of my perspective of what I think was good and what was bad.
Correct. And then I tell you
if
you're wrong or not.
If I was to ask him to tell me about a situation when we got married, could you tell me anything about year one, starting from maybe the first couple months of us moving to Virginia?
So I can tell you that when I went to work, I think when we moved there, you did the majority of the unpacking. You know what I mean? So that was like our first little tizzy, because I'll go to work and then like come home and like not do a lot. You know what I mean? Just beat.
Oh yeah, we could talk about
you feel
that.
me?
So
just
yeah,
beat, I had been on leave for like 30 days up until we moved. So I was on PCS leave, so you know I was pretty much used to just working out and chilling. So when it was time to start getting back up on somebody else's time, dumb early and getting home, moderately late. She unpacked basically the whole apartment by herself.
Yeah, and it was so frustrating because when we first moved there, the movers came. By the time the movers brought our things to the apartment, he had already started back working. So I was there. I remember, I can recall being in the apartment, in an empty apartment. Nothing was in there except for minor little things that we had bought like the day before or whatever from Walmart. And the movers calling saying that they was going to be like an hour late. Yeah. Then it turned into 2 hours. Then it turned into 3 hours. So it was like really late dropping off our stuff. So I had began, unpacking and stuff as they was bringing everything in.
Yeah.
And I can recall that I had been on my feet so long because we had all our wedding gift stuff. So a lot of the dishes and a lot of the things that we had, I had to actually wash up everything before I could put it in the cabinet, set
Right.
up all the cabinets,
Right.
put everything up, organize everything. And I can recall that my feet were hurting so bad that I could not even stand on them anymore. My feet was hurting so bad. And one particular day, he came home and just laid in the middle of the floor. Didn't say.
Hey, I was beat down though.
It was more of you in your selfish days, because now you wouldn't do nothing like that. So it ain't got nothing to do with being beat down. It was that you were.
I mean, it had something to do with it.
It had something to do with it, but it was more of you selfishly. Oh, I went to work all day, so I'm gonna go come home and come chill.
Right. Yeah, that was on my mind to do.
Because I don't think you would do that now. If you saw me up all day working, doing, and then you come home and you see that it's still stuff that needs to get done, I think that you would put forth some effort to be like, hey, where can I step in? Or, say, I have a seat. I'll do it when I wake up or something. But at that time, you was just coming in. And I don't think I was as vocal as I am now. I think that I kind of just let it ride maybe for like the first time. And then it happened again. And I'm like, hold up. Like, you got me messed up.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, all I can do is elaborate on that, tell you what my mind state was, because I don't remember how many times you let it ride or whatever. But just tired, man. Coming home to the crib. Getting back acclimated to work. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I took a good amount of PCS leave leading up to that. So, I got, pretty much not used to being on somebody else's time, doing my own thing. So when it went back to work, man, it was a whole new game pretty much. Getting back used to going and working for somebody, standing up all day. So when I came home, and back then, you know what I mean? Like I probably was a little bit less considerate, young, you know what I'm saying? Freshly married. Freshly new to the relationship, really, in a sense, overall, not really taking your feelings into consideration. So, yeah, I come home like, hey, man, I'm freaking beat. Like, this stuff would be here. Even if it wasn't like I would have tripped if you wouldn't have did nothing, is how I was thinking. So, like, you know what I'm saying? If you want to stop doing this right now, you can. I'm tired, so I'm not fooling with it today.
Yeah.
My thoughts on that.
Well, that was definitely an issue that we had.
Yeah, I think that when we first moved up to Virginia, how many months you went unemployed? Because mind y'all, everybody, you know what I'm saying? She had to quit her good job to come follow me, follow this military career.
I had a career job. Yeah. I had a state job, working for the state.
Right.
As a probation and parole officer in DeKalb County, Georgia.
Yeah.
And I hesitated. Oh man, I hesitated. Like I was so like, should I get me about a year or so in and then come with him, or should I just leave it? And I had pretty much everybody that I had asked advice for was like, girl, you better follow your husband. Girl, you better follow your husband. So
yeah,
I followed you and went on. But my mind initially was like, nah, I'm just gonna stay here, get me like a year in, so that I could have something on my resume.
Right. And I think that's a natural thought process, especially somebody, as fresh as we was in our relationship, and how much time and effort and energy you put into, your education and, your internship and, getting your job, working your job. Yeah. And then now it's like, okay, well, my job says that, we got to move, or more or less, I got to move. So what are we going to do? You know what I mean? Like, hey. Yeah. What's the best interest for the both of us in our relationship? You know what I'm saying? So the best interest really was for you to come with me, which is what you did. So, you know what I mean? I think that was the best interest. I mean,
looking back
for the
at
betterment
it now,
of our relationship, for sure.
Yeah, and the betterment of my career, because it actually ended up enhancing my career.
Leaving
Georgia. If I would have never left Georgia, I would never have had the job that I have now.
Yeah, facts.
So I definitely worked itself out, but
yeah, for sure, it always will. You know what I mean? It always will work itself out. Being the military is rough, but being military spouse or dependent is even like rougher. You know, it's hard. It's hard on y'all, and I recognize it. You know, and I think a lot of service members do. Some don't. Some don't care, but I recognize it for sure. It's not easy. It's not an easy lifestyle when you know that stability isn't there. When they want to move you every 2, 3, 4 years. You know what I mean? Randomly. You know, sometimes you don't have a choice where you go. It's just wherever they need you. You know, and by you they mean the service member. So if they want me, Fort Polk, Louisiana, and I come down in the mortars, I gotta go, and then we gotta have that conversation like, well, how we gonna do this? You know what I'm saying? Are you gonna leave another job, to go to Fort Polk where there's no work, for sure. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, military life.
That's that awkward laugh that irks the hell out of me.
Yeah.
What was funny about that?
I thought I said something funny, so I laughed at my own joke at that point. But maybe not.
No, it's a very uncomfortable conversation for me.
Yeah, I know it is, but
very uncomfortable.
We ain't gotta have it right now.
No,
at this moment.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those were a few things that we had going on in the beginning. I want to talk about in the beginning. Remember just a little bit about finances when we first got married and moved up.
Yeah.
I wasn't working, and so he I think I was getting an unemployment check.
Facts.
For the first maybe 6 months that we were there.
Yeah.
I was getting an unemployment check, so I was helping pay. I think I was paying a utility bill and maybe an insurance bill or something. I was paying something with my little unemployment check.
Right.
But do you recall, this is something that something that I learned that I'm going to teach my boys, is that you got to bring up credit before getting married.
Yeah.
Credit is important. If you need to, if you're dating somebody or getting ready to marry somebody and they got a whole lot of debt, that debt has to do with you once you guys get married.
Correct. And it plays an important role in your relationship.
It does,
especially when you're talking about going to get something together.
Yeah. And do you remember when we went to go get some furniture?
Oh man, it was terrible because my credit was ate up, boy.
Yeah,
I
remember
had all kind of negative remarks on my joint. Not a bunch of just it was I don't know, random stuff. I had this one military card where just me being irresponsible, I thought the joint was on automatic payments because it was taking my money out. I thought I set it up on automatic payments, but what it was doing was that mug was just coming out late every time. It was pulling late every single time, and I wasn't paying no attention to it because it was a card I rarely ever used. They had a little $500 balance or something like that. So the minimum was coming out the junk every time. So you know what I'm saying? You thinking that's a bunch of payments and that's a bunch of lates over and over again, 40 something late payments on my credit, which is really the significant part of why my credit was so low. You know what I mean? That was the biggest part, was all those late payments that I had on there that I just completely was just negligent in even being concerned about what my credit score was or even keeping track of that stuff. So my credit was bad. You know what I mean?
Mind you, I'm just not learning this information.
I couldn't go in a furniture store and get. Now this was before our relationship and stuff.
I know it was before, but I didn't know that was the reason. I remember you told me a few things that was on there.
Yeah,
but you
but
definitely didn't tell me that.
That was the biggest. That was the biggest piece though. Was all them late payments from that daggone. This is called the military star card. I had a I want to say a platoon sergeant at the time that kind of coerced us to go get the star card. I ain't never had no credit card before, bro. So they was yo, we gotta have XYZ in the third for the uniform. So folks started hollering yo, I ain't got no money. So if y'all ain't giving it to us, we ain't gonna have it. It's don't worry about it. Y'all go down there to the PX and get y'all a stock card, and y'all gonna put it on y'all stock card because y'all got to have it. So I got a little stock card or whatever, and then got my little stuff or whatever. So I was my first credit card for real. And like I ain't run it up crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like I use it every now and then for gas, but what I wasn't doing was swiping and then paying, you know what I'm saying? I was like paying the minimum or whatever the case may be. And then like I said, it was taking it out of my check, so I was like, okay, we good, it's getting paid. But it was just getting paid late though. So nonetheless,
yeah, all this is new information.
Yeah.
But we don't. He's learned a lot since then, so I'm not gonna get upset. It's nothing to get upset about, but I'm definitely rolling my eyes. Like, really?
I could have sworn I told you that.
Heck no.
I mean, we've sat down and looked at my credit report before.
We didn't. I don't recall no Military Star credit card. All I can recall is it was like a cable bill or something that was in your name and didn't get paid. I remember like a gym bill. I remember a cell phone bill, and I remember maybe a medical bill or something. That's all I think I can remember. I don't remember nothing about no credit card. I was under the impression that you've only had a credit card.
I'm gonna tell you, it was that Star card. It was Hollywood Gym in California.
It's childish.
Yeah. I was a teenager when that happened. You know what I'm saying? When I was living in California, I had me and my cousin went and got gym memberships because at the time we was living in a truck in an SUV when we pulled up in Cali for, you know, like the first probably like 2 weeks or something. Nah, we stayed in the truck for like maybe a month, maybe or something like that. But anyways, we got gym memberships though, so we can be, you know, have somewhere to take showers or whatever. And I just ain't, you know, really maintain that. Like once we got into a spot, I wasn't really pressed on going to the gym no way like that back then. So I kind of just let that slip to the wayside. And of course, anybody who knows, like when you do something dumb with your credit, you always gonna have to come back and, you know, see that again. Especially if you know you're maturing and growing and understanding the important role of credit in your life and stuff like that, which, you know, I've learned to do. Jasmine helped me learn, you know what I'm saying, to do. Us trying to obtain things like, okay, yeah, we need to focus on getting this stuff off of your credit. So, and that's what we did, you know what I'm saying? We made that a mission, like, yo.
I was like,
let's identify what's going on.
Nah. I was so embarrassed.
Let's get this stuff paid off. It was very embarrassing.
So embarrassing.
We waltzed up in that joint, like, we waltzed up in there.
And it wasn't nothing but probably maybe $300-$400 worth of furniture. It might have been maybe $500 at the most.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It wasn't nothing but a couch and a love seat. That's all we was getting. We didn't buy.
You talking about that brown furniture we got down in the basement?
Yeah.
Oh nah, that joint was more than $300-$400.
I said maybe $500 at the most.
Maybe per seat. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't that much. It wasn't no $1,000.
It was for sure though, because I think one piece was like $7, and then the other one was like $5 or something like that. So it was like, you know, it was over $1,000. You know what I'm saying? I
don't think it was that high, but whatever it was.
I mean, we ended up getting the furniture. We just had to get it in her name.
No, that's not what happened. That's definitely not what happened.
Okay. Well, see, this was where I gray out. You know what I'm saying?
It's not what happened.
But either way, that's neither here nor there. We ended up getting the furniture.
What happened was my mom had volunteered. That was a little housewarming gift. And my mom was like, oh, I'll get y'all some furniture, but get it on credit. I'll pay the bill so that y'all can start building y'all credit together as a unit.
Facts.
That's what happened.
Facts.
So when we originally, yes, thank God for her.
Shout out
thank God for her. So when we got there, originally, we did the credit thing together.
Yeah.
And I wasn't working at the time. So they declined us as a unit because I wasn't working. I didn't have any income coming in.
Right.
So then we like, okay. So my mom was like, okay, well, I'll help him get his credit together.
Yeah.
I'll help him build his credit. Just get it in his name by himself. So they clear the application out and do another application with just him on it.
Yeah.
And that's when it got declined. So we embarrassed. We didn't, like I said, we ready to rock and roll.
Yoke on the face.
It was so embarrassing. And for me, I'm like, you ain't got nothing. That's all I kept saying.
Yoke on the face.
That's all I kept saying. I was like, you don't have anything. Why can't we afford? And I'm gonna stick to my $500 worth of furniture because I think that's about as much as it was. It could have been more, maybe $800, but I don't think it was $1,000. But whatever. I'm like, you can't afford to get let's say $1,000 furniture. Like, how? What do you have to show for that?
Right. Yeah.
So what's going on? You don't
Yeah.
have anything.
So imagine her say she embarrassed. Imagine how I felt. I felt like an ant. Boy, I felt.
Yeah, it was.
You know
it
what I'm
was,
saying? I'm standing that mother looking like that was like the moment when I had like a realization, like, yo, credit is real,
It
and I need
is.
to make sure that this don't happen no more, because I felt real little that I'm calling myself a grown man with a wife coming in somewhere and looking stupid.
Yeah, it was so embarrassing. So my
Oh
mom,
man,
I guess to help us with our embarrassment, she just was like, okay, don't worry about it. I'll just buy the furniture.
yeah.
So she ended up literally just
She ended up copying
buying the furniture outright.
Yeah,
There was no way we could have put it on credit.
right.
So yeah, and then after that day, I believe that next day, I had you pull your credit report.
We started getting busy.
We compiled all of his debt. I think it wasn't into one. They had consolidated it all into one.
Nah. I just reached out to the folks that I owe money to and started paying.
Oh, okay. And
That
I
was
remember
it.
I was like, you better set up $5 a month.
Yeah.
That's all you can afford, but you got to get this up off your credit. And we slowly worked towards it, and we got it figured out.
Yeah.
That was definitely like a punch in the gut. Like,
It was though. It was one of them moments, man. I mean, life is all about growing, so that was one of my moments of growth. For me, I was like, man, your credit is real deal. Mm-hmm. It's serious. You know what I mean? Like, even if you got like money, you still want to have like, a good credit line, because you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to just be out here purchasing everything with cash anyway. So, especially not when you can just get the credit and then just pay it off. But yeah, man,
especially when it's interest free.
Yeah,
which is what it would have been like.
Exactly,
it would have been interest free. You just
like,
pay for it along the way. Boom.
It's like 12 months interest free.
Yeah,
that's too easy.
Yeah,
it's an easy booster. So yeah, that's very important, man. So focus. If you ain't focused on your credit, man, or you don't care, the time is now really to care though. Go ahead and start getting busy with that. Do your own research. Like I told you in the other podcast, on the other episode when I went to that real estate seminar, it's options for you out there to go and look. And Credit Karma is like around and about. It ain't absolute. It's definitely not absolute. Because I think it only got Equifax and TransUnion on there, which most lenders don't even use neither one of them scores to determine your credit score. So, but it's a good rounding about though. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I think the
download
biggest
that
thing,
app. It's free, and a lot of your banking institutions offer free credit monitoring too. So you can reach out to them, your mobile banking or whatever, and you can utilize that. See what's on your credit. Make sure ain't nobody putting nothing in your name or ever put anything in your name in the past without you being aware of it, because that can also affect you as well. So you want to be aware, because, like they say, ignorance is no exemption to the law or whatever. I think that's the saying. Well, it ain't no exemption to your bad credit either when it comes time for you to go get something. Just because you don't know don't mean that it doesn't exist.
Yeah. And I mean, my biggest point for bringing this up is making sure that you having those type of conversations before you get married to somebody. Like, your fiance or whatever y'all need to be on each other app. Like, let me see your Credit Karma app. Like, for real. Let me see that. Because you don't want to get married and think to yourself, okay, I'm about to get married.
Yeah.
I'm about to go buy a house.
Yeah.
And then you get to the table and you looking stupid because you don't have no idea what's going on with the other person's credit.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a conversation to be had though, for sure.
Or it could be something that can tear up a marriage, because I have a friend who her brother just got married, and she's worried about that with her brother. Like, as soon as his wife find out, that's all she keeps saying is she just don't know. Oh, and of course, she just don't know what she getting herself into, because she thinks she finna go buy this house. It ain't happening. He got a lots of debt. People be calling her phone looking for him. Like, it's that bad.
Oh yeah, see, mine was just a bunch of pettiness that I was able to pay off quickly, because it came to the front of my mind like, yo, handle that. But that's crazy.
You ain't
though.
had no choice. I was on you. You remember that?
Life is all about choices. I had a choice, of course.
You ain't want me.
You know what I'm saying? But
I was on him.
you know, you helped me understand, which is what a good wife would do, right? A good wife will help a man understand. You know what I'm saying? Which is really, I think, you know, every man needs a good woman to help them have a better understanding. You know, you become a better man when you get a good woman. That's for sure. You know what I mean? Because I think, don't get me wrong, man, I'm very ambitious anyway and self-motivated. But I think that having a good wife like you actually helping me to become a better person, maybe at a quicker rate. Let me put it like that. At a quicker rate.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, for your, yeah, that sucked though. Cause yeah, you definitely got to have a conversation about that credit. At some way, you got to find a way to bring that up to your significant other. I mean, some people may get offended by it, like, well, you know, cause some people that's not a normal conversation, cause don't everybody grow up talking about credit or that being, you know, anything that they were taught or, you know, feel as though it's important or making and breaking a relationship. But our example is how it can affect your life, though. You know, it's a real deal thing.
Yeah, if my mom wouldn't have been there, we wouldn't have had no furniture in our house.
Right, we would have had to figure out something else.
Yeah.
For real, we would have had to figure out something else.
And I can't even think of what we could have done because I had nothing but an unemployment check coming in.
Yeah.
And you was fresh to seeing how the bills was going to go.
Right.
So I honestly can't even think of nothing. I would have to sit back and think about that. But let's switch gears a little bit. We done kind of went on a tangent on that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to kind of discuss just for me how year one was in the beginning. I want to kind of talk about we talked last episode where I dealt with endometriosis.
Right. Yeah.
And I just want to bring up how y'all remember when Matt brought up like, oh well, I'm married, I'm supposed to have sex every night.
Facts.
That's how things are supposed to be. But do you recall when we got married?
Yeah.
My cycle was on from
God.
July until I had a cycle pretty much almost a year.
Boy.
I had a cycle almost a year. I don't think they ended up finally figuring out my cycle until maybe it started in like June. So when he got back from deployment, I was on my cycle. I got married on my cycle.
Jones.
Everything. Every major holiday or whatever, and it wasn't like no big heavy regular cycle. It was just a lot of spotting. So I was mainly having to wear like panty liners and stuff, but it was still, you know, shedding blood coming. So it sucked.
Yeah. It did suck for sure for you and for me.
Yeah, it sucked, and for me, I felt like he had no compassion for me. I felt like, you know, I'm over here suffering. I'm in pain every day. I'm hurting. I'm bleeding. Mm-hmm. And no, I don't have no desire to have sex. And I can't have sex. I'm bleeding.
Yeah.
Whereas he felt like, well, you need to do something. You need to give me oral sex. You need to, you know, beat my meat. You need to do something for me because I'm over here hurting. And on the flip side, I'm like, well, I'm going through what I'm going through. Why do I have to please you?
Right.
Why is that a thing?
Right.
And so for me, it took me a while. In the beginning though, like I would like, okay, well, let me give him oral sex. You know, let me help him out. Let me do whatever. Let me try to do something.
Right.
And then it got to a point to where I think I did end up kind of going into a slight depression at that moment. Mm-hmm. Because one, I was not working,
unemployed,
so everybody
at
around
the crib
me
by yourself every day.
All I did every day was go to the gym, come home. I was going on job interviews. I was getting hella interviews.
She a professional interviewer now.
I am, and I keep saying that I really should go into teaching people how to interview because I'm great at interviewing.
You done been on a hell of a lot more than me.
I can guarantee that the reason why I didn't get every last job that I've interviewed for is just because they already know who they wanted. Yeah. Because you can always tell when the interviewees, when they're listening, like by their faces and how they react to certain answers, where they be like, oh my God, like, wow, she's blowing it out. But I know for a fact that every time I did not get a job, I would go on a second interview for just about every last job that I ever interviewed for.
Right.
I would make it to the final interview, and I believe that it will always be they already know who they want.
Yeah.
So it started sucking. So I'm bleeding. I don't have no job. The only good thing that was going good for me at that moment in my mind was the fact that I was losing weight, and I was like, we was on it.
Yeah.
We was fine as wine. We was losing weight. We was fit. We was in the gym every day. We was running. Facts. Everything. But outside of that, I felt like just everything sucked. Like I can recall when
it was a bad time for you, you know, because you was in pain every day. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You was spotty. You was unemployed. You ain't had no friends. You was in the house by yourself while I was at work. You know what I mean. I come home tired, whatever the case may be, and it was resentment from me there because I'm like, well, I can't even have sex, like. You know what I'm saying? So you resent me, I'm resenting you. You upset, I'm upset. It just wasn't necessarily a very positive environment. You know what I mean? We still was learning each other, and marriage was still fresh. I mean, it just was, you know, it was a rough patch in our relationship for sure.
It was.
It was a rough patch.
It sucked.
Yeah.
And like I said, I ended up like the freaking doctor ended up. I would go to his and I ran into like, we're military, so when you go to your appointments and stuff, you really don't know who you're gonna see sometimes. Like they'll set you up to see different people every time you go. So I had got referrals and stuff to go see an OBGYN so they can figure out why the heck I've been bleeding so long. Yeah. And so I'm going to every doctor. They're like, oh, we don't see anything wrong. Everything looks good. We don't understand. I'm like, well, something is wrong.
Something ain't right.
Something not right. There ain't nobody gonna bleed this long. Yeah. So they ended up setting me up an appointment with the doctor that was the highest ranking, the most professional. Well, I ain't gonna say the most professional, but the highest ranking doctor in that clinic. Uh-huh. And he was also like the best, the biggest expert or whatever. I don't know how to describe it or whatever. What?
Stop moving your mic around. I can hear
it. Okay. So he was the highest because it's moving. See? He was the highest person or whatever at the doctor's office. Yeah. And I went to him and he prescribed me some pills. And those pills, I had to take them for like 2 weeks. And after those 2 weeks happened, my period regulated again. And it was like the best feeling in the world. And then shortly after that, I ended up getting a job. Things just started to work out a little better.
Yeah, they always do. And
I can recall around that time was when we started trying to get pregnant. As soon as I ended up getting my cycle back regulated. And at first, when we first got married, kids was never on my mind. Like, ever. I never had ambitions or anything to want to be a mom.
Yeah, it wasn't no thought process of ours back then.
But then we had like a solid little crew. Like we had a solid crew. Yeah. We lived in Hampton Roads.
We did though. Real good people.
And out of everybody who was in our crew,
everybody had kids.
Everybody had kids but us.
We was the only people without kids. Not that really fueled us to have children, but
it did. It was for me.
That ain't fuel me.
For me, it was like, well, dang, I want this. It was what fueled me, because I think that had me and you been married and we stayed in Atlanta, I wouldn't have dare thought about no kids. For what?
Not when none of your peers ain't got
none of
right?
Exactly.
Yeah, so that wasn't the vibe.
Exactly, and it's still. I think that I probably at this point probably still wouldn't have had no kids because my peers still ain't got no kids. Yeah. But living in Virginia, everybody had kids but us. Yeah. So my desire to want that type of vibe, that type of family dynamic was what I wanted. I wanted that. Yeah. So we began trying to start having a baby. Then I always felt like, okay, I got all these health issues.
Right, you was unsure.
I ain't gonna get pregnant. It's gonna be hard. If I get pregnant, it's gonna be tough. Yeah. And that first year, We tried and tried and tried and tried. Every month we was trying. And it just never worked. Never worked. But we ended up, making it on to our 1 year anniversary. What else do you think that we dealt with our first year of marriage? Outside of the financial part and the sex issues. And me not working.
I mean, those are the big highlights. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Those
And I mean, good
ones.
things that we had throughout our first year of marriage was we definitely realized that, okay, we work well together as far as in the gym.
Yeah.
Working out. We can have fun together because it was just us a lot of the time.
Yeah. I mean, but that was groundwork anyway. That's the foundation of our relationship, knowing that we can have fun together.
But we still
taking it back to the
always,
station though.
I get that, but
Just an example.
we still, when we was in Atlanta, always had somebody. Me and you we didn't hardly just hang out.
Yeah,
just
that
me
was
and you.
rare. Yeah,
exactly.
It was always somebody.
We
with us.
always was with somebody or somebody was with us.
Yeah.
But when we moved to Hampton, it was we got up with our friends every so often because, like I said, everybody had kids. So, and their kids was all older.
Yeah.
So they had sports events and this and that.
Yeah.
Some was freshly having babies. Like, they had their own things going on.
And for the first few months though, like we ain't even, we wasn't even really kicking it with nobody heavy like that. No way.
No, we went over Chris' house a couple times,
Right.
but then shortly after, Chanel ended up, having a baby. So she's tied up with work, having a brand new baby.
Yeah.
And then
So
our
it's
other
kinda
friends, the Johnsons, their kids was older, so they was football, basketball, cheerleading, gymnastics.
Yeah.
Is what they was doing with their kids most of the time.
Yeah.
So we were the only ones that was just free to just move.
However we wanted to move.
And so we moved around a lot together. Like, we would go to the beach weekly.
Kick it at the beach.
Get drunk.
Go get a bottle.
Of Jose.
Go get a bottle of Mr.
Get us
Quavo.
a blanket.
My dog, Mr. Quavo.
Why you keep bringing up this Quavo thing?
What you mean? Man, you know that Quavo bring the freak out your girl. Stop playing with me.
All right.
For real, I go get some Quavo right now. You keep playing.
No, I would not drink it.
You know what? All I want for my birthday is for you to drink some Quavo.
Ain't happening. I
You
need
know
to
what I'm
function.
saying? Hey, you function all right.
Nah.
Yeah. Anyway.
I need to function.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Spiking
year
all your
one,
drinks with Quavo. We get an 1800 bottle, put some Quavo in there. She ain't gonna know the difference.
I wouldn't definitely know the difference. At first of all, I don't even think I like tequila no more, period.
Margaritas, Jose Quavo. Margaritas. Hey. Yeah, that's all. Hey, that's all we drinking for my birthday. I'm going to get a big handle of Jose Quavo.
You'll be by yourself.
You ain't gonna drink with me?
No.
Oh, man.
Never.
Savage life.
Never.
See how you doing, man?
Yeah, so year one was good. We made it to our 1 year anniversary.
Yeah, year one was good, man. You know what I'm saying? Not to just skimp over that. Like, yeah, we had like really good times together. More good times than bad. We had some bad times for sure. Ongoing ones too. You
remember that
just
time?
some resentment really because we was still trying to learn each other and just stuff was going.
You remember that time I left you for like a day or two?
Yeah, I do remember that.
You remember that? And this was a day we was in the living room. We was playing. We was like, what was we doing? We was dancing, playing around, doing something. And so he was recording me.
Yeah.
And I went back in his phone.
Yeah.
To look at the recording. You know how you do an extra swipe. Wasn't on purpose. Wasn't nothing where I'm snooping, period. It was an accidental. No, it was an accidental swipe. I'm trying to look at a video that he had recorded of me. No, that was not the case. And what was it? What was it? A screenshot?
I plead the fifth.
Don't play with me.
I really don't even know.
Don't play with me.
I don't even know. I don't know what it was.
You gonna tell that lie to these people?
Nah, for real though. I mean, spark my memory because I know you remember. You know.
I just asked you. What was it? A screenshot?
Definitely.
Was it a picture? I don't know.
I think it might have been a picture.
Well, anyways.
Yeah, some chick had sent me some picture.
He was feeling himself, and he likes to say that the girl was throwing herself
Man,
on
I
him.
swear she was though.
But you took the bait, and you reached out to her. And what he fails to realize is that he kept saying, "Oh yeah, she invited me to do this. She was doing this." But then I looked on his Facebook, and he wrote her and was like, "Here goes my number. Let's go to Panera. Let's go do lunch."
Yo, listen.
You reached out to her.
Look, I'm telling you though. Straight up, platonic relationship at work is what it was for me. Straight up.
But you gave her your number.
Was volunteering at the place I was working at, and cool peoples. You know what I'm saying?
Like, she not cool people.
Okay, well, I'm speaking from a present term. What I was thinking then. You get what I'm saying?
Nah.
Like I'm trying to explain it from what I was thinking then. This person is cool. You know what I mean? Like I ain't think nothing about it. But it turned though. It turned, and at the time, what I should have did was
she had sent him a text and was like, "I'm so horny. You should come by," or something similar to that. I'm like, "What?" You know, and he done screenshotted it. So to me, it must have been something good. You done screenshotted it, and for a woman, and for me, for a woman to feel that comfortable to say something like that to you, you're obviously giving off the vibes that's okay.
That was just the thing though. Slim came out of left field.
She didn't come out of left field when you gave her your phone number.
True enough, I did, but not like on those instances where it was like.
But you went to lunch with her. He went to lunch with this girl.
I mean, I did.
Did you pay for her lunch?
Nah.
You a lie.
I promise.
You a lie.
I promise you I pay. I promise you I ain't pay.
You a lie.
I promise you. I promise you. It was like going to the lunch with a coworker.
Were y'all in the car together?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's new to me. Oh my God. Who drove?
I drove, Jasmine.
That's new to me. I don't even think I thought to ask that question.
Oh, well, yeah. So, anyways, like I said, another learning experience for me.
Yeah, and I found out about that.
But
I called, and I ain't had no money. I was about broke. I had to call my friend.
On the cool though, man. I can if I would, but I can definitely reference a couple of my really good friends who I share pretty much a lot of stuff with, and I was like telling these dudes like, yo, this shit crazy, like she really trying to like throw it on me, like yo, on some, it was just new territory for me. You know what I'm saying? Like how she was conducting herself, knowing that I was married, and I'm like, I'm the type of person to where I felt like, at least back then, I felt like people respected people's marriages, but I've come to realize that that's not the case. So you gotta have your defense up. You know what I mean? And I learned that, like, you gotta have your defense up. Like, you can't be out here moving around too friendly with people because they may interpret that as, oh, you like to cheat. You know what I mean? And
that's how, if you friend requesting and you, hey, hit me up, here go my number, blah blah blah. Yeah. Because there was no reason for y'all to exchange numbers. She wasn't active duty.
Nope.
She wasn't one of your staff members. She was nothing to you. So there was no reason. So how can you expect her not to take it as if you trying to holler at her? And then you taking her out on lunch dates? Man,
naive at the time.
What?
Pure naive at the time.
I think it was a combination of the lack of sex that we was having, the frustration and issues that we was going with.
It's natural that you would think like that.
And so you decide that you gonna seek it elsewhere.
Nah, because if I wanted to do that, it could have been done.
I'm pretty sure it could have.
That's not what I was on.
Just because you did not do it does not mean it was in the back of your mind. Does not mean that you hadn't thought, your brain hadn't gone there.
That's not what my initial intent was with this person. So, I mean, this person, brought that kind of energy to my life, and it kind of threw a little monkey wrench in our situation.
You allowed it when you gave her your number. There was no reason for y'all to exchange numbers, period.
In hindsight, yeah, I realized that.
Okay. Yeah, so I was broke. I ain't had no money. I had to call my friend. I was like, girl, give me some money. I'm pretty sure I told her about what happened. She sent me some money. I went and got me a hotel room for like 2 days.
Yeah, she had boned out.
And and the crazy thing is, I knew damn well I wasn't going nowhere. And I sit and think to myself, is that a good thing or a bad thing? At the fact that this man had done what he had done and he got caught, but never did I think that I knew doggone well I wasn't going nowhere.
Skeet skirted. Yeah, that was a bad situation, man. Because, I was in the situation where I knew my intent was not to step on my wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't never been my MO. I can sit here and look anybody straight in the eyes, and I can say that any relationship that I've ever been in, I've never cheated on nobody before. Never. 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 I can say that with a straight face. And ain't nobody out there can say anything different. Ain't nobody can say, oh, yeah, I was talking to Matt and, he did me dirty, because that was never my MO. So, this not my MO, man. Like, just the circumstances in which, what her MO was, and she was trying to throw it on me. And it was new territory for me. Like, yo, this woman really trying to just give me the draws like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really couldn't believe it. I'm calling my boys like, yo, Slim is crazy. Like, she really got me out here in this situation right now. And, it's no way Jazz gonna believe this. And sure enough, as fate would have it, you would stumble across, the back and forth between, well, really her, saying whatever.
And you was responding.
Nah, because, it was like, it was like invites to our house. Like, I'm not coming over your house. Like, I'm cool on that. Like, I'm not coming to your house. Well, to chill and drink. What? Nah, that's not what I'm on. So, like, when it started getting crazy, man, like, for real, like, I just had to find an exit strategy on that.
You didn't find the exit strategy.
I didn't.
You got caught.
I ain't come up with no exit strategy because.
So you got caught, and I'm pretty sure from there
it wasn't like it was some long relationship I had with this person. It was.
But it was something that you never dated it.
This was like
when she sent you these text messages.
All of this stuff transpired in like a couple days.
Your response was not, I'm married, like, fall back, bitch.
Yeah, nah, it wasn't.
So you got caught. So then it was, I'm married, fall back, bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's my point.
Yeah, but it wasn't never like, oh, word, you trying to do something? Okay, bet. We should have set it up. It wasn't that.
I don't know. I don't know.
You read this stuff. You seen it?
I don't remember what you said.
It wasn't that.
It's probably in one of my old iPads.
Ain't no telling.
Sure I still got
it wasn't that though. You know what I'm saying? Because we would have been having a totally different conversation right now about this. You know what I'm saying? The things would have went differently if that's what my end goal was knock it down.
I don't know. I personally just feel like you just got caught right at the nick of time. I don't know, because to me, I felt like you was texting your homeboys, be like, bruh, look at this shit, like, ooh, like, it wasn't oh my god, yikes.
Nah,
it
you know what, yo, as crazy as it may sound though, it really was kind of like that. Yeah. Not like yikes, but it really was like yo, rut-row. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a situation that is unfamiliar to me. How do I proceed? You know what I'm saying? And I'm consulting people.
Niggas?
Exactly. And I'm consulting people who have no idea. You know what I'm saying? So we all lost. Now, granted, I will say though, my two friends are big influencers and big cheerleader is not really the word, but they're really for us though, and for our marriage though. You know what I'm saying? So they ain't never gonna try to influence me to do nothing that's gonna jeopardize my marriage. Neither one of my good friends. So that's for sure, and it's how it's been like that. You know what I'm saying? It's getting better with time. We had some little hiccups. You know what I'm saying? One of my friends in my relationship, but it's all learning. But you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that too.
Yeah, we get to that.
Yeah, we'll bring that up too.
But
this nigga always got something going on.
Talking with them, you know what I'm saying? It was like, okay, yeah, that's kind of wild. I really don't know how to advise you other than obviously, don't fall for the bait. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just, at the time I didn't have no married friends. So, because I was the first of my friends to get married. you know, and my two good friends still ain't married. And when I say like friends, I'm talking about like my two like, you know, day one A1s. You know what I'm saying? I got, you know, a few friends that I've built over the years, but you know, these particular people, like, yeah. So, you know, hey, it was one of those scenarios, man.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on. Year one was good. It was
Yeah,
great.
yeah, it
Lots
was
of ups
good,
and downs.
man. A lot of up
More
and downs.
good than bad.
Facts.
But we made it.
We learned a lot.
We learned a whole lot, and
a lot
we
of
made
maturity.
it. So I want to get into one of our questions that we got, and then we're gonna close out after we answer. I think we might have time for maybe two, but I think we might just do one.
Yeah.
Okay, so this question is: how much of your relationship should be on social media? How much should you share with your good friends? You want to answer first, or you want me to answer?
You can go first.
All right. So, how much of your relationship should be on social media? For me, I don't think there should be no cap on, you know, how much you put on social media. I think that you definitely should not put much of negative things about your relationship on social media, because that's nobody's business. One thing that I know about a marriage is, regardless of what you guys are going through, out to the public, you better look like a unit. You better look like a positive unit, regardless of whatever you got going on. I don't give a darn if me and you just got into a big live argument or whatever. If we presenting ourselves on social media, we're going to present ourselves as a unit. And that's something actually that I had to learn, because I can recall, you remember that time while you was deployed and you was talking trash about President Obama, and I called you out and was like, nigga, you ain't even vote. Like, shut up.
Yeah.
And that's something that I would not do no more. I would go to you, to your face, and be like, nigga, you ain't vote. Like, shut up, and better delete it.
Yeah.
Like, you better delete that, because you didn't vote, so you need to be quiet.
Yeah.
And that was something that I did on social media. I'm talking about, I think I made a whole status about you.
You probably did.
I was living like, this man really on social media talking trash about President Obama, and he ain't even vote.
Yeah.
And that's something that I had to learn. Like, okay, Jasmine, like, you look stupid. Like, why you put this man on blast like that on social media? So, and I think we kind of had a little back and forth about it. And
I think I was upset about the raise he gave us.
It was
like
something
raise.
First off, something
and
he
I don't
had
think I
read.
was talking like big trash though.
You said enough.
Yeah,
You said enough to where
I wasn't talking
he
trash
hadn't done
about
no
my
research.
guy.
I know he had it. Had read something, which comes with maturity.
Don't get it confused. Obama, my guy.
Man, please.
President Obama is
he was
my
on
guy, man.
social media talking trash about the man.
I had made a statement for sure, like, man, what's up with this bread, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm almost certain if I had anything
it was about
negative to
I
say
know
about
what
him,
it's about, but it was about the TA. They had suspended y'all's TA or something.
You got to tell me something, because you can't just put that energy out there that I'm on social media talking trash. Give these people some context behind why I was
because
upset.
I don't want to also tell you why I said that. Well, okay, whatever. He had suspended TA, tuition assistant. It was something with tuition assistant. And my two issues that I had was the fact that, number one, you ain't in nobody damn school and had all these opportunities to be in somebody's school and had not been in nobody's school, and you didn't vote. So, but you on social media talking shit about President Obama.
I'm almost certain I voted for. Matter of fact, I did vote for Obama.
No, you didn't vote for Obama for the second round.
Oh.
You did not, because me and you were together round 2. Me and you were together when he got voted in.
You sure I ain't vote for Obama the second time?
No, I'm telling you, you did not. You voted for him in 2008, but you did not vote for him in 2012. You and I were together in 2012. You were deployed by the time he got put in the office, and you did not do your absentee ballot while you were deployed.
Oh yeah, nah.
So you did not vote.
You're right.
Which is still your civic duty is to still vote regardless of where you at.
Well, I'm at. Yeah, I ain't caring nothing about that.
Yeah.
The only thing I cared about was coming home.
Nah, you could have put in your absentee ballot before you left.
Nah, I ain't caring nothing about that.
I
was gearing up. I ain't even care nothing about that.
That's not a good excuse. So please don't, because
It's
I can guarantee.
I mean, it's the people
their
out there.
counterparts was deployed and made sure they vote got turned in. So that's
my counterparts might have been focused on their credit too. They ain't got nothing to do with me though. I'm talking about where my mind was at. You know what I'm saying? I was not. I ain't caring nothing about that.
So why you didn't vote this last time? So you can't say that.
Yeah, I ain't caring about the election.
He didn't vote the last time.
I didn't have nobody to vote for, yo. I'll be honest with you. I ain't like nobody that was running. And you know what? It was really, I attribute that to voter suppression, man, because I actually did submit my paperwork to North Carolina, man, and they sent that jump back like the last minute, like basically like, you know what I'm saying? I had like a day or two to get the joint returned.
It was not a day or two.
It was like a small turnaround.
Don't tell a lie, Matt.
Don't tell
a lie now.
I don't know how long it was, but it wasn't
in more than a timely manner.
Okay, whatever. They sent it back for a minuscule error.
It was.
Yeah, a very minuscule error, man.
And right then when I seen it, I said, because you got to go through hoops to get your vote counted, you're not going to turn that paperwork in. You was like, why would you say that? And blah, blah, blah. And I was like, because I know you. If you got to jump through hoops for certain things, you get you feel defeated and get defeated about things and just throw your hands up. And that was the situation where you did it. I said certain things. Yeah. I made sure to say certain things. Yeah. But back to the question. How much of your relationship should you put on social media? I think it's just whatever you feel comfortable with the world knowing. I think positivity is the biggest thing. I don't agree with putting too much negative things unless you're on this type of platform. You know what I'm saying? Where we're kind of, our whole purpose is to tell the good, the bad, and the ugly. Right. But I personally don't think you should put negative things about your relationship on social media. And people don't care to hear about everything about your relationship. Like some things should be left for in-house. Yeah. Some things should be left for in-house. The next question, how much should you share with your good friends? Me personally, I don't have many things about my marriage. I don't talk to anybody about. Because in the beginning when I first got married, I would reach out and kind of talk to one of my friends about my marriage. And then I got to realizing like, it's just not right. It's just, for me, it's just uncomfortable for me to do. It was comfortable at the time to do, but I realized like the feedback and all of that, it wasn't good for me. Yeah. So now if you're not married, I had one friend that is married that I used to reach out to and talk to about certain things, and I've kind of gotten away with that as well. So yeah, for me, I feel I truly believe that if they ain't married folks or people who you respect their marriage and what they got going on, they ain't the people that you need to talk to. Like I don't talk to any of my single friends about what I got going on as far as my marriage, especially not anything that we're dealing with, something that's negative, something that, they can't relate to. Right. I'm not going to have those type of conversations with them. So for me, I don't share much. I share positive things. Like everybody will probably think that Matt is a perfect angel unless you listen to this podcast. But because I'm not going to tell them nothing, but I'm not going to tell them anything but positive things. Yeah. Yeah, so that's just Matt, where I am.
What year of marriage we on? Almost 6.
But you'll have other people who...
So Matt 6.0, that dude a beast, man. He beast overall. You know what I'm saying?
You really going like on the tangent of that? Like,
I'm just ad-libbing. Calm down. Get out your bag. Keep going.
So, yeah, I just think that sharing too much, but then you have people that feel like that I see people on social media all the time like, oh, why married people think that single people can't give them good sound advice. And for me, I'm just like, because you can't relate. But it's a lot of people that feel otherwise. So I don't know. Yeah. That's just my opinion about it.
Can you read the question for me one more time?
How much of your relationship should be on social media? How much should you share with your friends?
How much of your relationship should be on social media? Okay. So I think that you should put whatever you're comfortable putting on social media, but you gotta understand that when you putting that kind of energy out there, and you putting your stuff out there, whether it's good or bad, at that point you're opening up your household to the world. You know, you're opening up your personal relationships to the world. And with it being social media, whatever platform it may be, the world can share their opinions with you on what they think about what it is that you're putting out. So it's really, I think for me, it's my opinion is it's what you're comfortable putting out. I mean, because if you're comfortable telling the world all of the negative, nasty things that's going on in your relationship, you know, that's fine. But you gotta, realize what that's going to do for you in the future. I mean, it's kind of like, having going through, current things with your significant other and running and telling your mama what you going through, and then next thing you know, you and your significant other on good terms, but your mama might hate this person because the only thing they know is just the negative things that you done been through with this person. They might know some good things too, but they know negative things that you have been through, and they just don't like that person based off of what you told them. So you got to understand that when you put that stuff out there, like it's out there for everybody to see, read, and interpret how they want to interpret. So you just gotta gauge what you're comfortable with people knowing. If you comfortable with people knowing your stuff, then put it out. Me personally, I'm not gonna put, I'm not gonna go on Facebook and vent about my relationship. I don't think that that's the place for it. I don't think that that's the platform, because I don't care. Not that, because I got 400-500 followers or friends on Facebook. I don't care about 400. If I got 500 followers, I could care less what 490 people have to say about what I got going on in my marriage out of 500. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care, so I don't need to put it out there for them to put an opinion on it, to add a comment or like or dislike it or agree with me, because I don't care what their opinion is on that particular piece. So that's just me. Like, I don't have to put that stuff out there. Good stuff, yeah, I'll share it. Hey, me and my baby went out to dinner tonight. She looking so good. And we looking good. We're gonna take a picture. Bam. I'm gonna slap that up there to show the world how good we look. I ain't gonna put that negativity out there like that for sure. Not on social media. And then what was the second part of the question?
How much of your relationship should you share with your friends?
Man, for me personally, I don't get really too, like, if like we're going through like some real stuff, all the good I'm gonna share with my peoples. We gonna talk about all the good in general conversation with me and my friends. There are some things that I might just run past just to see if I'm wrong. Like, if I'm doing something, we done got not like no argument, but like a disagreement. I'm like, man, you think about this, just to bounce it off somebody else's head, just to see. But like, I'm definitely not, like, if I don't know, something serious is going on in this shit, which I can't even recall. I can't even think of nothing, because we don't really have no real serious problems in our relationship. Right now, even like recently, for real, it just be a bunch of like little petty stuff. So, like, the serious stuff though, like, I don't think, it would. I wouldn't go to my friends with it. Like, not like no serious negative stuff. I'm not about to go vent and talk about my wife to anybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna talk bad about it to anybody, for sure. So, advice is always good to get advice from people. You know what I mean? Seek mentorship, right? But some things you just gotta try to figure out by yourself, though.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like it's important to have somebody to talk to,
Yeah.
but it's just, you have to talk to somebody who's like-minded but still unbiased.
Right.
Like, you have to talk to those type of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yep, that answers that question. I'm ready to wrap it on up.
All right. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's fine.
So y'all continue submitting questions. Y'all continue listening, like, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend, or tell a friend. And that's it. We'll have a recap about Matt's birthday weekend next time we talk to you guys, and that's it.
Yeah, for sure. I think next episode, because I think we got like quite a few different little emails and stuff like that. I want to do like maybe a recap, real quick little recap of my birthday weekend, and then like the other part maybe like people's choice. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, because we got a lot going on in our inboxes that I really want to go ahead and get out there while it's fresh. So.
All right. Well.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate everybody listening. We really appreciate that.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's your boy Matt.
And it's your girl Jasmine.
And we are the
Millennial Tempo.
Peace.